If you are going to order a large quantity of items and wish to get better pricing from your regular pricing, you can request a quote from your local supply house. To request a quote, we would click on Quotes. If you are an administrator or a procurement manager, you will see All Account Quotes, which are all the quotes everyone on your team has created. To start the quote process, under My Quotes, click on Create a New Quote. Give the quote a name. You also have an option to provide a due date for this bid. Then click Create Quote. Once you have created the quote, now we would shop for the items to add to that quote. Find the item you wish to add to the quote, and as an option, click on Add to Quote. Find the quote that you've created, check the box, Add to the quote. Continue to add items to that quote that you would like your local supply house to provide better pricing. After you have added all of the items to your quotes, we can go back to Quotes and look at the quote you've created. You can verify or update the quantities from the quote. If there are items that your supply house does not carry, but you know they can source, you can request those under special orders. Provide any meaningful information for items you cannot find. Add the appropriate quantity you want, and then continue. You can continue to add additional items, providing information for those items that probably need to be special ordered. Add any special instructions to your quote, and you can also add attachments. This would be attachments such as images, bid sheets, blueprints that you can add to the quote for the local supply house to review. After you have completed your quote, we will save the quote. This recently completed quote will now show up under New Quotes. In order to submit that quote to your local supply house, go back to the quote, review the details to make sure they are correct, then click Submit Quote. Once you have submitted your quote, your local supply house will review your quote and provide pricing. Notice the quote that you just submitted is no longer under New Quotes. Submitted quotes are now under Open Quotes, showing a status of In Progress. If a quote has expired, it will show up under this tab and will provide you an option to request an extension from your local supply house. All quotes are quotes everyone on my team has submitted. Only administrator or procurement manager can view all quotes. Once your local supply house has submitted the quote back to you, you will get an alert under this alert bell allowing you to view and accept the quote that your local supply house has provided.